Okay, we can continue our receipts. First receipts I just completed related to confirmed and running a program of clear receipts automatically. So that process, it will change the status of remitted to cleared without getting a support from our cash management. So now I'm going to continue the second method. Second method, that is called confirmed with, you can say, CM. Confirmed with CM. Confirmed with CM. Same setup. So I'm going to navigate to application and then accounts receivable, task panel, create receipt. Create receipts. Select my receipt method. Instead of confirmed AR, this time by matching. Receipt number 002, entry under no change, 2000 I can put. This time I can select the customer is Oracle, and site also I'm going to select, apply and manually. Apply and manually. Open receivable, transaction number 100 for mine. Initially I applied 1000, now I'm going to apply 2000. Now I'm going to apply 2000. Now if I click on save, if you do accounting, so all the stages I have not completed accounting. Now one stage I'm just completing an accounting. So what is the entry at the moment? So it is confirmed cash account data R2. It is receivable. That receivable, if you expand that bill number, it will coming to the picture. Bill number, it will available here. Save and close. Now I will navigate to my, you can say remittances. Select the remittances related to our CM now. Date, no problem. Let it be standard. If you want, you can give pay and slip number and then select the receipt what I created just now. Search here, it will come the 2000 and done. So now instead of save and approve, I wrongly closed it. Then you can navigate to your manage receipt remittances. There also you can search and approve. Search and approve. And then the first one, it is grade off related to approve button. There also you can approve, or here also you can approve. So what this will do, initially receipt completed or remittance completed. Now completed approval will come into the picture. Then only the status will be changed from in the manage receipt window. The status will be changed from remitted from confirmed. If you do accounting entry, the second entry will come into the picture, that is called remitted cash account data R2, confirmed cash, net effect remitted to receivable. Now I can't do any running a program for this particular method because I selected as a by matching. Then how to change the remitted to cleared, I will explain tomorrow during our cash management topic. So even though you selected by matching, if you run by automatic clearing, it won't work. If you select by automatic clearing, then only that program you can run it from AR itself to change the status from remitted to cleared. Remitted to cleared. If you selected by matching, then that program, it will ignore those kind of remitted receipts to change it from remitted to cleared. Now the third method I'm going to explain how to create a receipt with remitted CM. with remitted CM. These are all you have to test, but your trainer is testing behalf of you. Even this is also by matching. I can select my receipt number 003, amount 3000, name Oracle, site selected, and apply manually. Open receivable, then 100, then select and done. Likewise, tuck, 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 third receipt ready. Third receipt ready. Now, what is the entry? If you see 3 receipts are there, the third by default it is remitted because we selected no remittances at the time of our receipt classes and method. Now, if you see the entry, like remitted cash account debtor to receivable, unapplied will come as a 0. It's by default Oracle they have given unapplied, either a debit or credit. Clear, clear, clear. Any questions? Pratyusha? Vidhi?
No, Bhaskar.
Super, Raja. Thank you. Okay. All right. Himanshi and our friend. Right. Abhijana. Abhijan connected. Navneet. Anyway, they are in AC Manila. Yeah, you are there, Rajan. Sorry.
Sorry for the coming late.
No problem, Raja. It's the same receipt. I'm just doing it for different receipt classes. That's why I started, Raja. No worries. Okay. Right. Next, I will move on to like last receipt classes which I created. That is called cleared or cash. Cleared or cash. For that, no remittance required. By default, cash account will come. Many companies are started using this method. Why? Because they don't want to use like running a program. Even a cleared, we can do very well possible to our BRS. But accounting, there is no impact. Straight away cash account will come into the picture. 004 and then 4000. 4000. Oracle customer. Select my number. Only one invoice you can choose from here. Ranges, if you want, you can select in the apply manually. In EBS, it is called mass apply. This is called mass apply. Anyway, I'm going to use only one. So let me select that. And then the entry at the moment for this particular transaction. Entry at the moment for this particular transaction. Very easy. You have to look at it here and here. The entry will be cash account debtor to receivable or unapplied or on account unidentified, etc. So it's very simple. Either confirmed or a remitted or a cash to unidentified, unapplied, on account, or you can say finally receivable. The combination we will get the account code in the respective receipt based on which stage. So now I save, I can do the accounting entry. The entry will be cash account debtor to receivable. Any questions? Super. The next one I'm going to explain like on account. Then I will explain factoring. Factoring, we will use it only in bills receivable, but still I will explain in the regular receipt window. So let me go to the next topic. It is called on account. Just a second. Hello. Yes. Yes, ma. It is recording. No, I'm not understanding. You on account or unapplied. What is the difference? So simple difference I told you. Simple difference I told you. Unapplied means bill wise detail which is not provided by customer. Bill wise detail which is not provided by customer. Bill is available as a due. On account, it's an advance payment because deposit is the transaction type has been abolished in Fusion application at the moment. So you can tell your client on account means advance payment or a deposit, and unapplied means it's a kind of like bill wise detail which is not provided by the customer. That's it. Bill wise detail which is not provided by the customer. How to do this? Listen, I can show you. So very simple. Some company they are giving different natural account for this particular topic. So listen. By default, unapplied will come. Unapplied only change it to on account. On account to apply to the invoice not possible. Again you have to revert to unapplied. Unapplied only which is possible either on account or issue a refund or receipt write-off or apply to a particular invoice. So these are all possible from unapplied, but on account to issue a refund, apply to another invoice or receipt write-off. These are all not at all possible with the help of on account. So once you change it from unapplied to on account to unapplied, you have to change, then only you have to do this. This is very important with respect to our Oracle AR limitations. So let me select my, cleared or remitted, whatever it is. Receipt number 005, amount 5,000. Select my customer from the list of value. Apply and manually. Then you can see that by default, unapplied will come. By default, unapplied will come. In the application action, we have to change it to either on account or you can convert it as a receipt write-off. Govinda. Third, we can issue a refund from AR to AP. So let me select on account. Unfortunately, on account it is coming as a line. Once it is there, you can't add open receivable. Why? Because there is no balance. If you see that it is 0 as far as unapplied point of view. If you click add open receivable, it is already absorbed 5,000. So there is no balance, you can't open. So that's why what we have to do, unapply either from here or through action. You have to unapply and then save. And then this line will be removed. Then you can apply to the transaction very well possible. So this is how unapplied or on account, how it is vary in our application. I show it to you. Any questions related to on account? Any questions related to on account? It's a very simple ma. Unapplied, bill is there, not provided, bill wise detail not provided by customer. On account, advance. Clear? Clear? Why I'm telling you so many times, right? Many people are coming from EBS background. Definitely they will ask you, in EBS this feature is there. Why it is not there in Fusion? We have to give a workaround. And that's why. Clear? Next I'm going to explain. Thanks, I. Next I'm going to explain. Everybody please make a note of it. The topic name, it is called discounting or factoring. Factoring. So let me explain this factoring topic first. What is factoring? So let me explain this topic first. Then how to do it, what is accounting entry, I will explain. So let me go to our application. Before that, let me explain what is this factoring. Normally, when we are getting a letter of credit, it's a future dated maturity on 14th February. Example. In this example, I raise the sales invoice. LC has been given on 10th itself, but the maturity date for LC, it is 10th November in this example. So what is the accounting entry? So again, we can use confirm to receivable. We are going to give 10th November date. We will put it in the pay-in slip. On 10th October, we will give it to the field officer. We'll give it to our field officer. Field officer, against that, he will give a loan. He will take a conditional deposit and he will give a loan, that is called some interest will be debited, or we can create a separate entry through receivable activity. Okay, so cash account debtor, bank interest account debtor to short term. He is not collecting the money because we can't get the paisa on 10th October. We will be getting a paisa from our customer 10th November. So on 10, banker will give a loan, short term debt. On 10th November, we are removing like a remittance as well as the short term debt. Then so far, what are all the status, receipt status your trainer is explained, confirmed, remitted, cleared. In this case, risk eliminated. If the check is got bounced, we have to reverse the money to our banker along with some penal interest. Any questions related to this particular accounting entry? So confirmed to unidentified, unapplied receivable. Second, factoring or conditional remitted. We can't put it in a Dropbox on 10th October. So for my class, this topic I'm going to explain, like, to explain this topic. Okay. So 1st January 2025. 1st January 2025. And then 1st January 2025. 27th January 2025, how the entry will come on maturity, I'm going to explain. Clear? Clear? So let me go and create one invoice, or otherwise we have some other invoices. Let me go and create one invoice on 1st Jan 1st. So task panel and then create transaction. Create transaction. Bhaskaran, Oracle, and it is on 1st January 2025. The day itself it is due. Select memo line and then I can put 12 into 1000. It is 13,200. 13,200. Complete and review. Transaction number, you can see that it is 1,101 or something like that. $2,100. Okay, fine. 13,200. Save and close. Save and close. So manage transaction. On 1st January, the accounting entry, receivable account debtor to receivable account debtor to receivable account debtor to revenue and tax. Receivable account debtor to revenue and tax. Now I'm going to enter a receipt. On 1st, Bhaskaran, I'm unable to do this. What could be the reason? At the time of creating our receipt classes and method, I'll repeat, at the time of creating, manage receipt classes and method. Receipt classes and method. Search for the receipt what all I created. At least one remittance method, if the factoring not selected, you can't perform this particular topic. So I'm going to create a receipt with the help of that receipt classes and method. Task panel, create receipt on 1st January. On 1st January. Receipt number RCT 006. It is 13,200. Select my customer from the list of value. Date, it is 1/1/25. It is 1/1/25. 1/1/25. 1/1/25. So now listen carefully. Everybody listen carefully. If you want, you can give a deposit date now itself, but instead of what I'm going to give you. So enter a receipt. Apply it manually. Select the bill. 2,100. Accounting entry. On 1st. What is the entry? Anyone? What is the accounting entry? Confirmed cash account data to receivable. You can wait till 27th Jan. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. The maturity date I forgot to change to 27th. So that is why I will reverse it. Manage receipt. So maturity date I have to change. Is it editable? Let me check. Right. Unapply. Right. I can enter one more receipt now. Task panel, create a receipt. Receipt method, RM. Receipt number 6. Amount 13,200. Receipt date 01st. Accounting date 01st. Maturity date 27th. This is the only change. Maturity date 27th. Select my Oracle. Select my site. Apply and manually. Transaction number, I can select 2,100 and then apply. Now I can say, I can do my accounting entry. That is receivable account data are to, sorry, confirmed cash account data are to receivable on 1st Jan. On 1st Jan. Now I'm going to do remittances. Remittances. Normally we will perform this on during our bills receivable only. Instead of standard, I'm going to select as a factoring during our remittances. I can wait till 27th if I'm going to remit, that is called standard. Before or on or before maturity date, if I'm going to get money, that is getting money from my banker, then it is called factoring. It's called factoring. Only AR will come, other it won't come. Why? Because other it won't come. Why? Because the one what we selected, factoring, that alone it will come. I don't know why. Okay, fine. I don't know. Sure. Okay, fine. So listen, 1st January 2025. Now I can select the receipt number 06 on 1st Jan 06 on 1st Jan 06 on 1st Jan and then approve. So what is the accounting entry at the moment? Accounting entry at the moment, it is remitted cash account data are to confirmed. Factored remitted cash account data are to confirmed. Previously this was the debit, now it is removed. Now unapplied, no balance at the moment. Factored cash means remitted cash. Factored remitted cash account data are to receivable. Now either you can do BRS. We are getting an advice from the banker. We are getting advice from the banker. We got the paisa. So if you select buy automatic clearing, we can run a program. If you are doing buy matching, we have to do BRS. So now clear receipt. Clear, automatic clear receipts. Clear receipts automatically. You can use a particular receipt when on 1st Jan, getting a paisa, but risk it's not eliminated on 1st Jan. We are getting a paisa. Why you are running? To get the paisa, whether it is a discounted or a remitted. We are getting paisa on 1st Jan. You can give particular receipt method also you can choose. And you can select particular receipt number also you can choose. You can choose particular receipt number also you can choose. Particular receipt number also you can choose. And then submit. Exactly that receipt. Previously, what was the status? That remitted. Now it becomes cleared. Now it becomes cleared. So behalf of me, what are all the pay-in slip? It is written by Bhaskaran, already given to this to our respective field officer. That particular field officer, behalf of me, he is going to send it for collection on 27th. So the 27th, what will be the impact of that particular status, right? If the paisa received by banker, my loan to that extent, it will be removed. So receipts manage receipts. Receipts manage receipts. Receipts manage receipts on 1st Jan. Previously it was remitted. Now it is cleared. Paisa come, not from the customer. Cash account data are to short-term debt. Cash account data are to short-term debt. What all is still pending? This is and this and this and then this. This is already gone. This is already 0. Clear? Clear everyone? Super. On maturity, so my banker will send, hey Bhaskaran, this particular LC got closed. Why? Because I got the paisa from your customer. Then what will be the status? That is called risk eliminated. For that, again we have to run the same program. Again we have to run clear receipts automatically. Clear receipts automatically. This time all the 3S on 27th and we have to run. On 27 we have to run. So it is on 27 we have to run and then submit. So this process to knock off your short-term debt and factored cash, to change the status from clear to risk eliminated. Very few people are using regular receipts. Many people are manufacturing companies are using in the bills receivable. Even Oracle they are using for a training LC first. Paisa first, training second. So receivable accounts, receivable, task panel, manage receipts. So now if you search, if you search one 1125, if you see that, it will come as risk eliminated. Risk eliminated. Clear? Clear, everyone? Any questions? What will be the entry, Bhaskaran? Entry will be factored cash will be credited, short-term debt will be debited. So that is on 27th. Short-term debt will be removed. Factored cash will be removed. Clear, 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 everyone. So what is the net effect? Same. Cash account debt are to receivable, but different date. Clear, clear, clear. Any questions, participant? All are clear? Right. We'll move on to the next topic that is called spreadsheet receipt. It is nothing but like a batch receipts in our EBS. So the prerequisite for this particular topic, first we have to create receipt sources for manual or automatic numbering. You can associate. So there is a two type of receipt sources are there. One is manual, another one is automatic. Automatic I will explain next. Intercompany receipts, Amazon, Flipkart kind of a company, they are using this automatic receipts also possible. Paisa first, invoice second, or invoice first. For that invoice, this is the amount. So no need to specify the amount. You run the receipt will be created by the system from the batch automatically. So that is the next topic. So how to do our spreadsheet receipt? First, we have to create manual receipt sources. Second, we have to create a receipt classes and method related to our existing confirmed, remitted, whatever it is. Download spreadsheet. Complete the mandatory upload. It comes to our receipt window in the info tile. So it is ready for post. Once it's done, then only it will create a receipt in the manage receipts window. We can find out after posting has been completed. So let me navigate to manual receipt sources. Manage receipt sources. Manage receipt sources. Manage receipt sources. Select the business unit and then search. Already automatic which is available. We are going to create for manual. Bhaskaran manual SS receipt sources. Sources. So either you can give like automatic numbering. You can give our automatic receipt source. I told you which is available as a seeded. If you want, you can choose the receipt classes, but it can be overridden. We can do it from there itself. Effective date 11/24. Numbering. If you want, I can give a name manually. Then it will be manual. If you say automatic, it will come automatically. Then you have to give a starting number here. Let it be manual. Let it be manual. If you want automatic, you can give automatic also. Let me click on save and close. Let me give a save and close. Let me navigate to my receipt window. task panel and then create receipt in spreadsheet. Create receipt in spreadsheet. Navigate to my download folder. Participant, did you check either mine or a Sai whether the recordings are working fine?
Yes, both are checked. They all are working fine.
Okay, ma. Why I'm asking, right? Unnecessarily, I have some kind of files are there other than the which one I saved it. This is created by Zoom and I converted as a separate folder. So I can remove this. Correct? That's why I asked. It will come approximately around 7 GB. That's why. Right, pa. Thank you. Now I can go to create receipt batches. Create receipt batches. Enter a username and password to identify whether we have a privileges or not. Privileges or not. Yes. Different password. I've given different password. Reset it or what? No problem. Sometimes it will take it from cookies and caches. I don't know what's the problem. I'll reset and come. Done. So batch source, which I created just now. Batch name, if it is automatic, it will be grayed off. I can say manual receipt BAT1. Receipt method, double click, we can fetch it from our database. Confirmed or anything you can choose. Anything you can choose. So I can choose my remitted here. And then remitted bank. Double click and I'm going to fetch. Let it be today's date. It will taken out remittance bank account, everything ready. Control total, 2 receipt. So 6,000, 7,000, 13,000 I can put. Number 1, receipt number B81. It is 6,000 first. Date 27/01/2025. Currency. Scroll right. If you are not selected a customer, then it is called unidentified. Second receipt. Even one receipt itself, as many invoices, you can give one, as many invoices. How? I can show you. 7,000. Copy this. This time, I'm going to select my customer. Customer. Copy paste also, it's working. With the proper name. Space, dot, everything will be counted. Customer and customer site. Customer and customer site. Similar like our manual receipt. And then select. If I leave it as it is, then it becomes unapplied. Then it becomes unapplied. Otherwise, if I give your reference, what is the bill number? What is our bill number? Transaction number. Only one you can give, but the same number you can give as many also possible. Same receipt number 2, invoice number 3,000, this invoice number 3,000, another invoice number 1,000. That is also possible. So likewise, you can enter as many possible, but at the moment, so control and entered, there is no difference. So it is ready to upload. I can just upload now. Click on OK. Click on OK. Now I can navigate to my application. So refresh here. Refresh here. If I click the third one, it will be available here. The third one, which is very well available here. What happened? So manual, regular, batch 1, 2 count, 13,000. I can click and post. After a post only, we can very well verify under manage receipts window. Under manage receipts window, that is called 6,000, 7,000 respectively. Any questions related to batch receipts through spreadsheet? Participant? Clear? Thanks. The next one I'm going to explain. That is called automatic receipts. Normally, I will cover only for experienced people in real time because it's a very big setup. Some of the technical mapping also required because it's a vision or a training instance. Many things are available already. So let me close this and I can open my lab file. Intercompany receipts. Many companies are using from X company to Y company through automatic receipts. Many companies in the real time. So if I want to do automatic receipts, what is the first prerequisite? What is the first prerequisite? So I will just run through what all I completed. So operational or a standard, another one miscellaneous. On account run. Create receipts in spreadsheet done. Now automatic receipt batches. First we have to create receipt sources, which is already there. Just now I show it to you. We will review first. So far we created, manually updated our customer balance. That is why in the creation we selected as a manual. This time we have to select it with the automatic. Next, we have to associate with respect to a particular customer what we created as a receipt method. What is receipt classes and method? I will tell you. When we are going to apply one per invoice, one per customer side, many methods are there. So now when we are getting a money by way of electronic from the particular customer, we can very well use this method. In that scenario, what will happen, right? So not only the receipt method, also we have to assign the customer bank account over there. Not only customer level, even site level also. When you are using one per invoice, then receipt number inherit transaction number, there is one checkbox. If not, one per customer or one per site, the checkbox is not enabled even for one per invoice. We have to create a document sequence number, define and assign. In EBS, it can be done under system administrator, define and assign for categories. Same concept here also. Business unit level or ledger legal entity level, how the sequence is related to that particular receipt classes and method, we can set. Condition, if you are not enabling for invoice, receipt number inherit transaction number. Enter a transaction and update our customer. Before that, we have to do our internal payee list. In that, there is a kind of a mapping will be done for either bank account transfer or a credit card. So system will take it from automatic receipt batches. It will trigger the receipt for all the mandatory mapping will be taken care of by the system. And then system will create a receipt with remitted or confirmed status. And then we have to do our funds capture and we have to proceed. So likewise, so this topic very, very useful when you are doing automatic. So let me do my manage receipt sources first. It is review because I told you which is already there. So task panel, setup and maintenances. Setup and maintenances. So first one, you can say receipt sources. When I search with my business unit, your trainer, he said automatic by default, which is Y-level manual, the previous topic which I created, the number it will come 1003. Starts after 1003. Second, manage receipt classes and method. Manage receipt classes and method. I'm going to create. So Bhaskaran, you can say automatic bank account transfer. Receipt class. Receipt class. Bank account transfer. Automatic receipt class. Copy. Instead of manual, automatic. Instead of manual, automatic. By matching or by automatic clearing, you can do. Let me paste it. Receipt method, I can say. We can say bank account transfer, etc. Let it be today's date. Then I can select here rule. If I select the rule one per invoice, now your receipt number, it will inherit transaction number. Transaction number 4001, receipt 4001. So listen carefully. I have a customer called Oracle. I have a two site, New York and San Francisco. In this site, 101 is an invoice number, or 4001 invoice number, 4002 invoice number, 4003 invoice number, 4004 invoice number. All are 11,000 each. Example. If I select all are due today, all are due today, all are due today. If I select one per invoice, how many receipt system will create? How many receipt system will create? Anyone? choice. Always MCQ pattern, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Choose. Anyone? If I select one per invoice, how many receipt system will automatically create? Himanshi, Vidhi, Nelmer.
Can you repeat the question, Bhaskar? Sorry, I was away.
No, Raja, no problem. Okay. Sai says 4. Okay. Now I selected one per invoice. That means based on the automatic, system will automatically create a receipt. If I select one per invoice, 4 invoices due, how many receipt it will create? 1 or a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or a 5?
4.
Okay. Sai also 4. Vidhi also 4. Absolutely right answer. If I select one per site, how many receipt it will create? Anyone?
8.
2 is the right answer. New York, 1 receipt. Under the receipt, 2 invoice will be applied. San Francisco, 1 receipt. If I select one per customer, how many receipt it will create?
1.
Only 1. Is that clear? So, either 1 per customer or 1 per site, if you select this checkbox, there is no meaning. Why? How the system will take, what is why? Transaction number 4001, 4002, not possible. Then document sequencing mandatory. If you are using one per invoice, then this checkbox has got enable. Your transaction number, it's nothing but what? Your receipt number. Then document sequencing optional. Clear? Clear, everyone? Super. Method bank account transfer. Method bank account transfer. So, FIFO or LIFO, earliest or oldest. Likewise, you can latest or earliest. You can choose. Earliest or latest. Automatic, we have a rule that I'm going to choose for advice. Lead days, what is that? Tomorrow also there is one invoice due. If I say 1, it will be considered today itself as a due. 2 days will be considered as a due. Only when we are running this receipt, that day, what are all the receipts, transactions are due, that alone it will pick. Then it will create a receipts through batches. Clear? Clear, everyone? Super. Go on, associate my bank account. This is my bank account where I will get a credit. Where I will get a credit. So, choose here. Go 5. And then earned discount and earned discount. And then save and close. Minimum $100 I can put. Save and close. I'll repeat. One per. This checkbox enable. Only FIFO. Enable and save and close. Second one ready. Third one, I can say manage customers. Manage customers. Document sequencing not required because I have given. So, Bhaskaran Oracle customer. Under customer account level, so initially we completed profile. Now I'm going to explain payment detail. After 10-15 minutes or half an hour later, I can explain relationship. Communications for our I receivable for contact information. So click on plus. Select the receipt method which I created just now. Wow. Which I created just now. That is called automatic date primary. Just to save. So now I can go to Bank account, it's not a credit card. Bank account, click on create. The next button, it is called add. Select the country from the list of value. And then account number, cust 123. EBS, AP module, I say supplier 1234. Same way. Same way. Account name, I can give this in. Account type, checking. Remaining and all optional, which is already associated to our Oracle. Save and close. Set as a primary has to be completed. Both receipt method as well as bank account. Save and close. Go to our site. Editing of our hyperlink related to site. Under payment detail, both are we are going to add. Both are we are going to add. So selected, enable, and bank account. Again add. Raja, first one create, second one add. Select the one and click on OK. Set as primary and then associated to our Oracle. Save and close. We are ready set. If you want document sequencing, I told you, define and so manage document sequencing. Manage receivable document sequences. Either if the checkbox not enabled, even though we selected as one per invoice, or we selected one per site or one per customer, then we have to create like this. So what is our sequence? Bhaskaran, AR, auto, receipt method, receivable, module, receivable, receivable, and then automatic number, business unit, legal entity, or ledger level. Starting date, I can select. Assignment. What is the number if you want? You can expand here. It will show you. I can show you 100 or whatever it is we can select. Select my receipt classes. Bhaskaran. What is the category we created so far? What are all? Receipt classes and category we have created. So automatic receipt method, I can select. Anything you can choose. In Fusion, what is the disadvantage, right? Almost all you have to define in one shot. Associate our business unit here. Starting number, you can give 1 or 1000 from here. Raja, this is catchy. This is number. Okay, I will give 100 or 10. So likewise, we can define and assign. This is only one step. I'm not saved. Step number 2. Under specify ledger option, in EBS, it is called profile option. We should enable like document sequencing under ledger level. Otherwise, it won't work. You have to select and then you have to do it here. These are all the prerequisites when you are going to do it related to our other than one per invoice or one per invoice, that receipt number inherit transaction number if it is not enabled. Next, manage internal payee. Manage internal payee. We have like, so Vision Online, there is one payee. Setups are very well available. In that, we have to associate our business unit in the business unit list. Then what will happen? The mapping, it is taken from here and only the business unit name will missing, that it will take it from here for bank account transfer or debit card or a credit card. Some company they are creating separate for all the three also. Go back to our setup steps. Number 1, yes, 1003. 2, we created 1 per invoice, document sequence optional, 1 per customer or site, document sequence mandatory. And then complete our other info. Customer completed, payee completed, document optional. Now I'm going to create a transaction. Raja, all are comfortable, right? Very, very advanced topic. So go to our receivable billing. Task panel, create transaction. Bhaskaran tab, 27. Oracle only I have to choose because I selected that particular method in this. So 13,000 I can select. 13 into 1000 I can select. 14,300. Fried 200. Save first. Complete and review second. Don't close it. Complete and review. Go to show more. Under payment, show more under payment. It's not completed. Huh? Complete and review. Then only that particular automatic checkbox it will enable here. You can change it to some other method also possible. Similar like our account override or supplier override in our manage installments and AP, right? Similar way. So all the information, it is inherited and then save and close. Accounting entry and all, no changes. Now let me navigate to our receipt window. Manage or create receipt. Wrong. Create automatic receipts. That's a key, which I explain. Now it can be done remittance through spreadsheet, receipt also through spreadsheet possible. Now I can do our create automatic receipts. Receipt method I can select. Receipt method I can select. You can give from which date to which date due alone. I can say today. If you know the customer or you can more than one customer also, you can select. In that circumstances, if you type for that particular Oracle customer, it will show you only one invoice number which is set. What is associated that receipt classes and method, those invoices only it will pick. 1103. Submit, approve and format. In real time, different date. So now I can go to my manage receipts. Manage receipts. Manage receipt. Before that, you can do that. Approve ready. So it is running in the backend. What is my receipt number? Anyone? What is my receipt number? It is 1103. That is the right answer. Because my transaction number got inherited to the particular receipt number. So now if I click, so it will create like 1003 it was there in the batch. Now the batch number it is 1004. My batch number it is 1004. And now transaction receipt number and my transaction number one and the same. My batch number it is nothing but like a 1004. 1004. Where we can find out. Show more also there. Here also we can see. So this is receipt. Your trainer is not created. It is created by the system. For example, your getting like, net banking, credit card and all, some shopper stop, or you can say like, any 24/7 kind of a shops. That slip has to be remitted, then only we will get it. So now confirm, then remit, then we will get our cleared status in the particular receipt. So this is how I just completed my like, factoring over, spreadsheet over, spreadsheet over, spreadsheet over, and then you can say receipt batches over. Next topic I will cover bills receivable. These are all, it is not in our scope, but doesn't matter, will be taken care of. So the next topic I'm going to explain, that is called like, bills receivable, bills receivable and remittances, bills receivable and remittances. And so not required. This is the big topic. After that, I can move on like a small topic: foreign currency, miscellaneous receipts, reversal, chargeback, adjustment, write-off, overview related to like a issue refund, etc. And then reciprocal, application rule set, customer merge. These are all based on the time frame. One after another, I'm going to explain. So now we'll go for 15 minutes break, and then I will start with, so bills receivable transactions, bills receivable transaction. Break, 15 minutes. So the next topic, most of the companies are using letter of credit. Instead of doing it in factoring receipt, we can do our bills receivable and remittances, bill of exchange or letter of credit. So what is the first prerequisite for this particular topic? What is the first prerequisite for this particular topic? And then I will explain remaining and all small topics. So navigate to our bills receivable topic. There is a two method bills receivable. It is there in our receipt classes and method. One is bills receivable. Another one is bills receivable and remittances. Remittances means like a negotiable instrument. We can remit into our bank possible. Only bills receivable, it's kind of like a anti-bond, etc. In Oracle, when we are doing a LC, there is a two method. One is signed by drawee, another one issued by drawee. For example, when we are going for an individual ECS, it's coming at the time of our housing loan. Corporate level, it is called LC. So what will happen, right? That specified LIC housing finance, they will give one kind of a confirmation, kind of a clearing form that we have to accepted and approved by your salary pay account, and it has to be given to the respective housing loan. Likewise, in corporate level also we can do that. Either signed by drawee or issued by drawee. You can't create both the checkbox for one transaction type. So we have to create separate also possible. Signed means we will get it and courier it. They will sign it and give it to us. Another one, like, don't worry, I will give you like an international money order kind of things. You just deposit, you will get your money. Likewise, so almost all the foreign companies, RBI, it is insisting we have to go for this. For a local companies also, they are following, we have to do that. So first step, we have to create bills receivable. For example, see, the transaction, it will come like this. First, our regular transaction. Mark the lien against our bills receivable. We will do bills receivable activity. In that, initially incomplete, assign the bill, and then remittances, either standard or factoring. Once you close your matured bills payable status, then what will happen? System will create a receipt automatically. First topic, how to enter manual receipt. Second topic, through spreadsheet, how to create our receipt. Third topic, through automatic receipt batches, how the system will create a receipt. Now, through the bills receivable maturity, system will create a receipt. So this is called unrelated transaction. Transaction via bills receivable, it created receipt. So this is no connected between transaction and receipt at all. So for that, what is the first step? Receivable transaction, either issued by drawee or signed by drawee, you have to create. Then we have to create a numbering, like a manual only, transaction sources. Receipt classes and methods. So far I created manual, remitted. Now bills receivable and remittances I'm going to create for our class because I want to deposit. The next one, receivable system option. You should enable bills receivable allowed for our business unit. If you want, you can attach our sources. It's an optional. Also, unrelated payment, it should be enabled. So in the address purposes or business purposes, drawee should be enabled. Otherwise, issued by drawee or signed by drawee, in the bills receivable assignment window, you can't choose your customer. This is very important setup. The previous topic which I completed, so bank account and site, supply customer bank account for our customer level, account level, as well as our site level, it has to be taken care of. Auto accounting, so far 7 account code your trainer is explained. Now the 4 account related to, like, bills receivable, unpaid bills receivable, that is for like a rejection or revoke, and then remitted and factored remitted. Likewise, 4 account code related to our bills receivable has to be taken care of. Enter a transaction, complete the transaction, do your create accounting, go to bills receivable, select your all the mandatory field, select our drawee, and then assign. Initially incomplete, complete and approve, and then you have to go for our standard remittance or like factored. After it has been realized, you have to run our maturity program. So then it will be closed your bills payable status. It will trigger the receipt automatically. So likewise, I'm going to explain this topic. Very, very useful for manufacturing point of view. So first step, how to create our bills receivable transaction type. Bills receivable transaction type. So far 5 transaction types are there: invoice, debit memo, credit memo, now bills receivable, later chargeback. All the 5 we have a topic. All the 5 we have a topic. Sudishna, you may received it, right? You can check it out. So manage transaction type. Manage transaction types. Click on create. Select my RDS, which includes my business unit. So you can say bills signed. Bills signed. Bills signed. Date okay. Date okay. Now I'm going to use signed. Drawee will be grayed off. Create one more for drawee if you want. And then a references account to be given. Condition, if you are going to give in the auto accounting, like a transaction type. Otherwise, here it's optional. Remitted 1245, factored also the same. This I will give as a constant in the auto accounting. In the auto accounting. And then save and close. Now I'm going to create transaction sources. Click on create Bhaskaran RDS, Bhaskaran bills, sign, transactions, sources. It's a manual. I want separate sequences. Last number I can put 1000. Default OK. Associate. The signed what I created just now, I will associate here. Remaining, I have no problem. 7 close. Next one, manage receipt classes and method. Manage receipt classes and method. So manual over, automatic over. This is not remittable. Now I'm going to select a remittable. So Bhaskaran signed receipt classes. And then click on plus. So receipt method, we can say letter of credit. Normally we will give a name for our class, receipt method. And then associate my bank account. Associate my bank account. Associate my bank account. One, two, four, five. Copy and paste it for even factor. Even regular remittances. Earned discount, unearned discount. Effective date, no problem. Whereas in the automatic receipts, you can choose one per invoice, one per customer site, one per customer, etc. By default, one per invoice related to our bills receivable. Related to bills receivable. There is a bug. Let me check whether it is properly checked the check boxes. Yes. Now I'm going to do my, manage receipt class, auto accounting. Because I already completed my customer bank account, not only customer account level, even our site level also. Let me search related to my business unit. Related to my business unit. 7 account codes are there. Now I'm going to do either a source or a table related to bills receivable 4 account code, constant or a source table I can select. So it is OK, 000, and then 1220, and then 00. Create another. Factored 1245. So if I'm giving constant, no need to give account code either in TT level or in customer account level. Definitely not required. Definitely not required. And then remitted receivable. Remitted bills receivable. Same account code 1245. And then 00. Last one unpaid. It is for revoking purpose. It should be a liability account. Nowadays, RBI says there is no revocable. If you have some other country, you have to follow the same. Follow the same. And then 00. Click on done. And then save and close. Click on done. And then save and close. Go back to our steps. Number one, for bills receivable, I can say type, source, method. Now I will move on to our system option. Manage receivable system options. Manage receivable system options, and then search. select and edit. And then under cash processing, extreme down, if you want, you can enable bills receivable and associate that default sources. Second, allow payment of unrelated transaction to be enabled. Unrelated transaction to be enabled. Next, customer bank account ready, auto accounting ready. Now I'm going to create a regular transaction. So create transaction. We can use existing also, but doesn't matter. I can go with my transaction. Task panel, create transaction. That transaction we have to create with the help of our own regular transaction type. Regular transaction type. Okay. Oracle. Drawee we already selected on the first day itself. So Drawee we already selected in the. So 14 into 1000, 15,400. 15,400. Complete and close. Even I can do complete and review accounting entry. Invoice number 2101. 2101. Receivable account debtor to revenue and then tax. Receivable account debtor to revenue and tax. So 1210 account debtor to 4110 2520. Ready. This is our regular transaction. Now the topic I will move on to receipt window. So far we entered a receipt manually through spreadsheet, through automatic. Now I'm going to click on create bills receivable. In the bills receivable window, if your customer it's not coming, the address purposes you have not selected as a dry. Otherwise, you can't perform this topic. So select my Oracle customer. Select my, even though A00, only Oracle is coming because BFB and late interest, we have not enabled dry. Amount 15,400. Bank account, it is my customer bank account. This is our remittances bank account that we can choose it related. Now I can use add open receivable. What is my transaction number? 2101. 2101. 15,400. So now bills receivable is incomplete. After save also the same. There is no accounting entry till your completion. After acceptance, the first entry will come into the picture. Complete and review. Then it is pending for acceptance. We take a print, we will send it to the customer. Customer is accepted. Then it is pending for remittances. You can see that it's pending for remittances. Bills receivable pending for remittances. So now I can click on accounting entry. So the entry will be like, bills receivable will be debited. Our regular receivable will be credited. Any questions? Any questions? Pavani, Abhijan, all are comfortable, pa? Accounting entry, very, very important. Okay, all right. So till completion, there is no entry. After our acceptance, then only entry will come into the picture. Save and close. Now that negotiable instrument, we are going to remit into bank. That is not like a regular remittance. It is bills receivable remittances. Create bills receivable remittances. Create bills receivable remittances. It is a standard or a factory. Receipt class, only one, remaining and all, we have not selected anything. So that it will come automatically. select the bills receivable. That is nothing but 1000, I would say. So let me select 1000, which we created as a number just now. That is on 27. Let me select. And then save. And then approve. Now, if I go to my status, bills receivable, then if you check my bills receivable status, it becomes, you can see that it is standard remitted. Standard remitted. Now, to close, when we are getting a paisa or the maturity, we are getting an advice from the banker, then we have to run one program that is called close bills receivable status. Close bills receivable status. For that, this will do two activity. Number one, it will close your bills receivable status. Also, it will trigger the receipt automatically. It will trigger the receipt automatically. So, close matured bills receivable. Close matured bills receivable. Oh, the program name, it is there on the top. Okay, fine. Good. All right. So now I saved it. And then, okay. It will close our existing. And then exactly you can give 1000 to 1000. And then submit. It will close the bills receivable status. And then it will trigger the receipt automatically. For that, let me go to my receipt window first. Manage. First, I will go to portfolio. The status for the 1000, it becomes closed. Now I can move on to manage receipt. The transaction number, you can say like a 2101. My bills receivable number, it's nothing but my transaction number. So the entry for this, initially I told you like a receivable to revenue, 15,400, 14,000, and then 1,400. What is the entry for bills receivable after acceptance? 15,400 to 15,400. After remitted standard, that remitted bills receivable account debtor to bills receivable. After close the program of your bills receivable, cash account debtor to remitted bills receivable. So this is how the entry will come automatically. So this is the speciality of our bills receivable and remittances topic. So the entry will be cash account debtor to remitted bills receivable. Any questions related to this particular topic? Raja, these are all I implemented. So that's why I'm considered as a topic. It is not available anywhere, even in Oracle manual, etc. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Next, I will move on to foreign currency receipts. What is foreign currency? Other than our functional currency, we can enter a receipt that is called foreign currency. So first step, Raja, in AP, there is a limitation. At the time of creating an invoice itself, we have to specify which is our invoice currency, which is our payment currency, etc. A are more flexible. We raise in any currency, we collect in any currency. condition daily rates has to be taken care of. So for my class, I'm going to create 1st January. The rate $2 is equal to £1. On today, 27 Jan 2025, $2.1 is equal to 1 GBP. 2.1 is equal to 1 GBP. We have to provide the realized gain account not only in the system option, even in your bank account. First one, multi-currency checkbox to be enabled. Under business unit association window, the realized gain or loss account has to be specified. Entered a foreign currency on 1st Jan, receive the money on 27th Jan. What will be the accounting entry? Realized gain or loss, I'm going to explain. So for that, first step, we are using corporate. Corporate. Manage daily rates. Manage daily rates. For daily rates between GBP to USD on 1st Jan to 27th Jan, I'm going to select for corporate. What is the rate? So the rate on 1st, it is $2. On 27th, it is $2.1 for our class. For our class. And then save and close. If the rate it's not there, we have to upload through our spreadsheet, ADF DI. Go on, enter a transaction first and then enter a receipt second. Task panel and then create transaction. Bhaskaran manual. Date 1st Jan. Currency, it is GBP. Immediately one calculator will come. It will pick the rate from there. Oracle custom. So 10,000 pound. Tax, it will come 1,000 again. So 11,000 pounds. It will come automatically. Now I'm going to verify, complete and review accounting entry. Accounting entry. So there is a receipt method. It's coming because of like we set it as our default. That's why. Show more. Show more. And then complete and review. It is not because I selected for something else. Okay. Why it is required? It's completed. So now I can do my create accounting first. Accounting entry, entered block, it is in GBP. Accounted block, it is USD. The rate has come from our corporate automatically. Any questions?
No.
Now I'm going to enter a receipt. Now I'm going to enter a receipt. Task panel, create receipt. Foreign currency receipt. Either in USD or in GBP, you can choose. Even cleared, I can use. Receipt number 8. It is 11,000 pounds on 27th related to Oracle customer. Related to Oracle customer. And then open receivable. 2102. So the difference, it goes to positive means gain, within bracket or minus, that is called loss. The accounting entry, cash account debtor to cash account debtor to receivable in our entered block. Realized gain account in our accounted block, where this account code is coming from. This is coming from receipt classes and method. This is coming from transaction number. This account code, it's coming from bank account business unit assignment window. Likewise, we should know where this is coming. Sir, the moment I selected my bank account, it's not coming, or the receipt classes and method, it's not accepting. That means multi-currency checkbox not enabled. So likewise, you have to identify. Any questions related to this particular topic? No questions. Next, I will move on to miscellaneous receipt. Miscellaneous means you don't want to track. Even some company sale of scrap, they want to track customer wise. That is also it's coming under standard receipts in our Oracle. The one what I'm going to explain, it is nothing but we don't want to track customer wise balance. So even a bank charges, many companies in EBS, they are doing it like a positive sign in the miscellaneous receipt window. It is called income. Negative sign in the miscellaneous receipt window, it is called expenditure. So checkbook charges or additional charges debited by bank, interest, etc., even dividend income, etc., income or expenditure, all you can enter through our miscellaneous receipts through our receipt classes. For example, previous topic I explained, short-term debt 200 is a bank interest basket. That can be recorded through our miscellaneous, positive or negative. First receivable activity to be created for our miscellaneous, with or without distribution set. With or without distribution set. With or without. Second, when you created a distribution set, you can associate under this activity. Otherwise, without a distribution, only one account code, you can set it over there. And then enter. You can use any receipt classes and method. We have used like a cash. So cash account debtor to bank interest. If it is a ulta sign, means bank charges to cash also will come. So likewise, positive or a negative, we can very well record this. In Oracle, the bank charges can be recorded in, compared to our EBS, one more advantages are there in Fusion. Number one, by way of journal entry, allowed for BRS. I can show you. The control natural account of your cash is going to be very important for our BRS. Second method, you can create bank charges as a supplier in AP. Bank charges to bank charges supplier to cash account. Likewise, you can enter bank charges as a supplier. It's a too much pain. Because of charges, you want to create a supplier. Bank account transfer, create a supplier. Petty cash, you have to create a bank or supplier. Likewise, we have to follow. Method number 3, these are all available in EBS also. So create our positive or negative with respect to our receivable activity. You can record it in our miscellaneous window. The new feature which is available in our Fusion application, without a supplier, either account or make a payment to your payee, you can do your cash management, external transaction. That I will explain tomorrow. So now I'm going to explain how to enter our miscellaneous. Setup and maintenances. Setup and maintenances. Manage distribution set. Distribution set can be used for 3 modules. One is payable, second one is receivable. It is available for fixed asset. Nobody is using in real time. So click on receivable distribution set. More than one dividend account or interest income or bank charges, if you want to allocate, you can create a distribution set. Otherwise, optional. So Bhaskaran business unit, Bhaskaran miscellaneous cash distribution set. So I want to give some 25 is to 35 is to 40. So 25, 01, 310 or 210, 7, 4150. 35, 310. 35, 310. $35. Right. So 35, 310, 4150. Last one, 40%. And then save and close. Manage receivable activities. Manage receivable activities. Select business unit from the list of value. Either you can use the existing or create a new one for our miscellaneous cash. So miscellaneous cash. Select miscellaneous cash. Instead of account, choose distribution set. Then you can associate here. Instead of activity or GL account activity, you can select distribution set. Then it will come. Even if you want to calculate tax, you can attach your activity. Save and close. Navigate to our receipt. Create receipt. Receipt. Create receipt. Instead of standard, I'm going to select miscellaneous. Immediately, all pattern it will change. No applying of your transaction, etc. Choose anyone. Receipt number 9. Activity. We have two activity. One, without distribution. The two, the one which I created with the distribution. Reference number Sri Balaji Waste Paper Mart. Likewise, we can give some name. It's not a mandatory. Select the 1000 and then save it. Normally, we have to apply the transaction here. There is no such transaction to be applied here. So now if you click edit distribution will come. Those 3 account code will come that you can accept or overridden. So the entry will be cash account data R2, revenue 1, revenue 2, revenue 3. So straight away, the entry will come into the picture. Any questions related to this? Positive or negative? Positive means income. Negative means it is expenditure. Any questions? Next. Reversal. Next, I'm going to explain. Reversal. It is cancellation of our receipt. So, for example, I have a receipt number called 01, or I can create one now. So, I applied transaction number 100. If I cancel, then it becomes, previously it is closed. Now it becomes open. Now it becomes due. Now it becomes due. I can show you with the fresh transactions. Even I can use BFB also. So on which circumstances we can go for a reversal? Wrong customer I selected, wrong invoice I selected, check is applied, or I can say insufficient or non-sufficient funds. Check got bounced. We can use remitted a cash account data to receivable after reverse. So receivable account data to remitted cash, that 3101 becomes open. Is that clear? Open. Let me create a transaction and then I will show you how to do this topic. This is called standard reversal. So far, what are all the status we have seen? Confirmed we have seen, remitted we have seen, and then cleared we have seen, risk eliminated we have seen. Now it is called reversed will come for our standard reversal. Second method, debit memo reversal, I'll come to later. So let me finish this and then I will come back. So navigate to our application. Enter a transaction first. I can use existing. If you want, I can show you. So manage transaction related to BFB customer. BFB customer, it shows like a transaction number 1100. 1100. So enter a receipt first. So create receipt, regular receipt, and today I will just record. For remitted status, I can use receipt number 10. It is 11,000. Select my customer BFB from the list of value. You can use any. Open receivable, the transaction number 1100. 1100. You can see that it will come both BFB. It's coming automatically. Now let me click on save. What is the accounting entry? Accounting entry, remitted cash account data are to receivable. Remitted cash account data are to receivable. Let me navigate to our transaction window. So transaction window, manage transactions. Search for 1100. Action and then review installments. It is closed. So view transactions activity. So we received with the help of our some kind of receipt. More than one receipt also we can see. That is through activity. Now I will navigate to our receipt window or manage receipt window. Receipt number 10. Receipt number 10. Edit reversal. Standard reversal. We can call it as the status is remitted. We can specify what is the reason or resubmit or XYZ. Reason and all, it is only for our purposes. This is the next topic. Reverse. It becomes remitted to reversed. Now again accounting entry. Ulta will coming to the picture. Initially remitted to receivable. Now receivable to remitted. Go back to our transaction window 1100. It becomes open now. It becomes open now. You can say that review installments, it becomes open. So this is called reversal. Even if you selected three transaction becomes open. Even three transaction, it's become open. So the next one I'm going to explain, it is used different kind of scenario. For example, the parties and the companies are using only cleared method. Cleared method. The particular company, they are using cleared method, but they are depositing the check. What is the entry? Cash account data are to receivable, but now you say it is bounced. See, we are selecting cleared. If it is bounced means logically wrong. So that is why Oracle they have given without touching your receipt. We are raising another document called debit memo reversal. It can't be created manually. It will triggered by the receipt when we are performing debit memo reversal by the system automatically. So what is the entry I said at the moment? Remitted to receivable. So receivable to remitted, that entry, whether it is a cash to receivable or remitted to receivable, instead of passing an entry in the respective receipt window, it will create automatically if you are using debit memo reversal in the transaction window, the purpose they are using without touching the receipt. Number two, some company, they want to incomplete do some like a bouncing charges, etc. Then we can use your debit memo reversal topic. Debit memo reversal topic. So first prerequisite for debit memo reversal. Number one, we should create any sign with the debit memo with name, anything you can give like a debit memo reversal. Number two, numbering for debit memo reversal, because it is not created by me, it is by the system automatically from our transaction, receipt to transaction. But two method, we can use this number when the system will identify this particular transaction source, right? When we are using at the time of creating our receipt classes and method, debit memo inherit transaction, receipt number, if you enable, then this is optional. Debit memo inherit receipt number, if you enable, system won't take this. And receivable activity adjustment reversal, we have to give some clearing account. And then receipt class, if you are not enable, system take the number here. If you enable, so your debit memo, your receipt number, it's nothing but your receipt number, it's nothing but our debit memo number. Our debit memo number. So whether it is a cash account data to receivable, so receivable to cash, it will come during our automatic debit memo reversal. One by one, I'm going to explain. Setup and maintenances window. Setup and maintenances window. What all the other topics are there? So, okay, very few topics are there. Okay, fine. Right. So, manage receipt classes and method first. Receipt classes and method. I want to use cleared. So, that cleared, let me select. Cleared are this one, I select. Cleared, I can select. Ensure the checkbox got enabled. Second, transaction type. Manage transaction type. Manage transaction type. So, DM reversal, which I already created with any sign. Transaction source, if the checkbox is not enabled, this is mandatory. Transaction source. So, debit memo reversal. Next, I'm going to explain. We need one transaction. We enter a receipt first. So, receivable and then receipt. 1100, the one which I used, the same, it is open now. Let me use that particular for our topic. Create a receipt. Create a receipt. I can use cleared. RCT 11,000 BFB site, apply manually, open receivable 1100, 15,400. I'm sorry, 11,000. Right. Done. 1100. Now I say, if I do accounting entry, it is cash account debtor. We are committed. It is cleared. We are committed. It is cleared. But now he says it is reverse or bounced. That is why we are not going to use like, standard reversal. instead of debit memo reversal, we are going to use. We can give a same receivable account. We can give a different receivable account. That status, it won't be changed. Status, it won't be changed. Now we are going to identify the transaction manage transactions. System will trigger. System will trigger. System will trigger. This is our transaction number. Debit memo reversal. With my receipt number got inherited. The entry will be what I previously explained in the receipt window that it will create. You can incomplete, you can enter some additional charges also possible. So this is how debit memo reversal topic has been concluded. Is there any questions? Is there any questions? So just a second. Even though we covered some extra topic, we will see our agenda today. Maybe I thought of I covered a lot. We'll see. Number 6th day. Oh my God, we have to complete AR. Okay. So only adjustment, receipt, write-off, charge back and all I'm going to cover. Okay, fine. We can continue, right, participant?
Yes.
Right. So the next topic I'm going to explain, chargeback adjustment. Chargeback adjustment. What is chargeback? Actually, in Oracle application, for example, I just getting an order from my customer. It is 27th January. I raise the invoice, but goods has been supplied only 5th of February. 30 days is the payment term. Hey, Bhaskaran, system is asking, or my customer is asking, from this date, I am losing approximately 8 to 9 days or 10 days. So previously I selected 30 days from here, 26th of February is my due date. My customer is asked me to change it to like a 5th of March. So closing the existing invoice, either a full amount or a partial amount, set the new chargeback transaction with a different due date. That is called chargeback. Charging back to the customer, closing the existing invoice, create a new adjustment chargeback with a different due date. That is called chargeback. So in US and European, many companies are using this chargeback because orally Bhaskaran says, don't worry, you can pay on 5th March, but any interest which come, we are the responsible for that. Close the old, create a new, and then no supply of goods. Without supplying of goods, we are changing a due date to the new chargeback transaction. That is called chargeback adjustment. Chargeback adjustment. So how this will come into the picture. So chargeback adjustment, first we need a transaction type, 5th transaction type. We need a predefined. It is available in training instance. If you want, we can create our own possible. Receivable activity. Yes, adjustment and reversal related to chargeback, you have to complete, which we did already. One more time. 11,000 is an invoice amount. Either a zero receipt or a partial receipt, remaining amount with a different due date also possible. So the entry will be like your regular transaction, receivable account debtor to revenue and tax. In the adjustment window, it will knock off the receivable. It is clearing account will come. In the another receivable for a chargeback transaction, chargeback receivable with a different due date, and then clearing account will be knocked off, closing the old receivable, creating a new receivable with a different due date. That is why it is called chargeback adjustment. That is why there is a chargeback. There is no accounting entry in the receipt window. There is no accounting entry in the receipt window. Let me show you. First, I will go to transaction type. Transaction type. Manage transaction type. So already invoice, debit memo, credit memo. Normally when we are creating an invoice, I told you the credit memo to be associated for our order management. So that is why. So click on straight away chargeback transaction classification. So Bhaskaran RDS. So Bhaskaran chargeback. With open status, let it be today's date are 1/1/24. Generate bill S. Remaining, I don't want to cover. Just a second. Can you call me around 6 o'clock? I am in a training session. Welcome. So now, let me click on my reference account code. Associate my business unit. Receivable, everything will come. You can give a different receivable account also possible. You can give our different chargeback account also possible. So let me click on and then save and close. Now I will go to our transaction sources. Chargeback, it is already as a seeded, which is very well available. Second over. Third, I'm going to create a transaction. So billing, I can navigate. Click on task panel, create transaction. Let me create for our Oracle. Oracle. It is instead of without discount, I can use my immediate or 30 days. 30 days without discount, I can say. Example, it is showing 26th February. How to change it to 7th March? That's a topic. Without touching this invoice. So I can use desktop. 10 into 1000. Save first. Complete and review second. 1104. Entry for this transaction. Receivable account data are to revenue and tax. Receivable account data are to revenue and tax. Next, I will move on to our receipt. So we are not getting any paisa. Example, click on receipt. 0 receipt I'm going to enter to change the due date. So select my receipt first. $0 related to Oracle. Apply and manually add open receivable. 1104. 0 amount, it's nothing but what? The entire amount is due. This is our usual. Chargeback, it's coming under adjustment. If you use regular adjustment, next topic I'm going to cover. You should have an approval made. Chargeback, there is no problem. Instead of this, another invoice, and that's all. We are not losing as far as company's point of view any amount. So go to action, create chargeback. Select the type what I created in the transaction. Any receivable account, if you want, you can change. What is our due date? Manually change it to our March. I can use it to March 7th. Example. So what will happen? I can show you one by one. Save and close. First, let me navigate to our manage transactions window. One by one, I can show you. Manage transactions window. 1104, the status, it is nothing but closed. Zero amount, but it's closed. Second, if I search related to today's date, one is mandatory. You can see that it will create like, chargeback transaction with different due date. Charging back to the customer, close the existing invoice, create a chargeback transaction with the different due date without supplying of goods. That is called chargeback. Any questions? Any questions? Few European and US based companies are doing this. Next topic, I'm going to explain adjustment. Next topic, I'm going to explain adjustment. Adjustment can be recorded without a document, reducing your customer due balances. Reducing customer due balances, either from transaction or from the receipt. Either from transaction or from the receipt. For that, we should have receivable activity. Last topic of Friday, I covered the same. So we can use receivable activity, approval limit, and then we should have some transaction with some, based on some approval limit, some amount. And then we have to apply the receipt. The remaining short amount, it will goes to which account? I can show you. So let me take the transaction number 1101. Go to 1101. So you can navigate to our receipts. Task panel, create receipt. So interview question, unapplied only, eligible for receipt write-off, issue a refund. Next topic I will come. So I can use cleared receipt number 13, 12,000, BFB, apply manually, select our BFB, search here. Oh, 13,200. Let me change it to 13,000. Okay, change it to 13,000. Okay, update. Okay, update. Then I can search 1101. Select here 13,200. It's due. Method number 1, you can keep it here. Once in 6 months or before our financial year kind of an activity, action, you can say adjust. It leads to your adjustment window. This can be reached either from transaction or from the receipt. You can choose whether it is a bad debts or some other amount, etc. Type, you can choose either, if you know specifically this is related to freight. Otherwise, you can choose the proper one. No, Bhaskaran, I want to use invoice amount. Then the amount without modifying, it will come as a grade of. This don't try in transaction window. You can try in receipt window with this within our approval limit and then submit. Then due becomes 0. Due becomes 0. So what is the entry in the receipt window? If you ask me, so receivable account debtor to revenue and tax. Cash account debtor to receivable, that is for 13,000. That is for 13,000. And then the 200, it will goes to the 200 or it is 11,000 and then 10,000, 1,000 respectively. Here we received or 13,200. You can say that like, 13,000 we received, 200, it will come under adjustment window. It is approved adjustment will come because which is within our approval limit. So navigate to our respective transactions window. Manage transaction first. 1101 I can choose. Action, view balance detail. You can see that 12,000, 1,200, it is gone to adjustment. Manage adjustment. It will give you the accounting entry for that particular entry. What is that? Bad debts will be debited. Receivable will be credited. Bad debts will be debited. Receivable will be credited. This is called manually we can enter a adjustment either in transaction window or in the receipt window. Next topic, receipt write-off. Almost we have done. Receipt write-off. Receipt write-off, it's nothing but like, excess amount which is not claimed by our customer. See, simply, you take our auto in India. So auto bill, how much? 123. We are paying 130. That 7, it has to go to receipt write-off account. Gold plated watch, through the order we are paying some amount, but bill amount which is less, which is not claimed by customer, we can convert it as a receipt write-off possible. So receivable activity has to be created, approval limits to be completed. These are all we already set it. If you want, I can show you one more time. Setup and maintenances. So manage approval limits, either for adjustment or for receipt write-off. And then even for a refund, you have to select the same. I told you already. Let me search it. You can see that up to 500 for adjustment, up to 3,000 for our receipt write-off. This is step number 1. Manage receivable activity. Manage receivable activity. Select my business unit related to our adjustments. So many 4 or 5s are there. Similarly, receipt write-off also you can select 4150. That is the code we have given. For adjustment, only one approval limit. For receipt write-off, so manage receivable system options. There you have to specify business unit level, what is our, whether we are accepting, allowing our business unit to perform, because this is purely related to customers' money. We can put it as our account. So from receipt write-off amount to be specified even in our business unit level also. If not, we can't perform. Any one is missing, we can't do. Next, I can take 14,300 out of 15,000 I'm receiving. 15,000 I'm receiving excess amount which is not claimed by customer. So create a receipt. Select cash receipt number 015. 14 or 15,000 I can put some amount. Oracle I can say. Even I can put 16,000 per class. Select the site. Instead of Oracle, I can use PFB customer. BFB customer, apply and manually. And then add open receivable, BFB customer. I think only one invoice it's pending. That I can choose. 1,300 extra. I can change it to 50. Example. Just to save. And then excess unapplied amount is there. Method number 1, you can keep it there. Method number 2, you can convert it as like an on account. Method number 3, you can apply to another transaction. Method number 4, you can issue a refund. Method number 5, we can use create receipt write-off. The receivable activity, it's mandatory. So now the accounting entry will come. After save, this becomes 0. Accounting entry for this particular receipt, cash account debtor to receivable and receipt write-off. Any questions? Either receipt write-off or adjustment, we never do individually. Maybe 1 or 2 possible, but once in 6 months before auditors are coming, so the accountant, they will get it approved from their manager, and they will remove some chota balances in our books of record, especially related to our adjustment. Adjustment irreversible. Receipt write-off, it is reversible. Go back to our manage receipt. Go back to manage receipts related to this 15, or how much? Where is that? 15,000. Let me take. Suddenly that customer calls, I think my money it's with you, Bhaskaranji. Okay, what I need to do? Select here. Select here and apply. Select here action, and then you can change it to like a unapply, either from the button or from our application action window possible. Then it will come back to our revert position. So receipt write-off, it is reversible. Transaction adjustment, which is not reversible. Ayo Bhaskaran, now I fighted with my customer. He is agreed to pay the 200. What will happen? Create a miscellaneous transaction and knock it off. But it is irreversible. Also, Oracle, they have given a feature, instead of doing by one by one, you can throw the parameter. So, throw the parameter, either adjustment or a receipt write-off. Either adjustment or a receipt write-off. You can run like a report and find out which transaction type. Whether you want report first and then perform second. So automated also possible, either for like a transaction adjustment or for our receipts also possible. The program name, create automatic billing adjustment. First report, generate second. Otherwise, you can permutation and combination you can do. Otherwise, individually you can perform. Automatic receipt write-off, very less in real time. It's my company's money. The next topic I'm going to explain, that is called adjustment. So adjustment over, chargeback over, receipt write-off over, overview of these two over, and then I will go to application rule set. Before that, let me do my reciprocal. I'll come back later. So application rule set, let me finish. Another 10 minutes, I will complete and I will hand it over the session to you. What is application rule set? Auto cash rule set is different. Application rule set is different. Application means when we are getting a partial amount for a particular invoice, which classification has to be applied first in, first out. So 3 seeded given by Oracle, prorate all. Line first, tax after. Line and tax prorate, then third you can go to freight and charges. Likewise, 3 seeded given by Oracle. If you want, we can create our own. For example, my previous company, they are using out of 11,250, I'm getting 5,000 amount. So what my management says, first you can apply this, second you can apply this, or first, second, third, fourth. So what is the remaining amount? Like a 6,250, it will let it be hang in the line. If they are not paid, we will take back the goods possible. Likewise, when we are getting a partial, this application rules, it is very useful, otherwise optional. First, you can use the existing or how to create our own application rule. Either it can be assigned in the system option or in the transaction window. Third, before that particular rule could be frozen, freeze. And then transaction window. And then you can enter the transaction with this all classification, enter a partial receipt and then verify. Enter a partial receipt and then verify. Let me go and show you how to do this particular topic. Setup and maintenances. There are many advanced topics also I included, which is not discussed during my con call with your top management. Okay. So manage application rule set. Application rule set. Application rule set. Other than these three seeded, I'm going to create Bhaskaran charges, freight, tax, and line. Copy and paste. So click on plus. First, I can select number 1, charges. Then it becomes detail charges. There is no tax for charges. Oracle, they have given like a tax treatment as a common. None means no tax. Before or after or a prorate. Rounding correction also to be enabled, and then save first. Individually you have to save. Otherwise bug. Number 2, I'm going to use freight. Once click, then only the freight will be renamed here. Again freight. No tax. And then save. What is third? Third I want tax. But I'm going to type line. Why, Bhaskaran? So because Oracle, they said, like, you can select the line tax treatment after. That means line third, tax fourth. Tax third, line fourth. Likewise, we can use our tax treatment before line. Save and then freeze. What is the purpose you are enabling? Rounding corrections, Bhaskaran. For example, I have line 10,000, tax 1,000, freight 250, 249.75. I'm getting one payment. Example. System will apply to this. What is still remaining? 0.25. Next payment, I'm getting some 5,000. First, this 0.25 will be knocked off, then it will go to 1,000, remaining it will take it. So rounding also will be considered, then only it will goes to the next slab. So that's why it is very powerful. Save and freeze. Freeze and save and close. This can be associated. This can be associated. See, I told you some bug. Okay. Right. Freeze. Save and close. Either system option, or we can go to manage transaction type. Manage transaction type. Manage transaction type. In the manage transaction type, I'm going to search with my invoice transaction. There you can associate. This will supersede your system option. This will supersede your system option. Save and close. Now I can use the existing or create a fresh transaction, and then I can show you how I'm going to apply the partial amount. So 11,250 I'm going to create now. Create transactions. So Bhaskaran manual. Select Oracle. Memo line 10 into 1,000. Freight 250. And then save first, complete and review second. Complete and review or close second. You can say 2103. 2103. One more transaction also I will create for next topic. So 2103. Duplicate for BFB. Complete and close. Edit some department code. And then save and close. Complete and close. So now listen carefully how to enter our application rule set. Partial amount also will come. So let me navigate our accounts receivable. Task panel, create a receipt for 5,000. For 5,000. (017). Oracle customer. Oracle customer. Apply in manually. Bill number 2103. Even though 11,250, which is the classification system will take first in, first out. That is called application rule set. Manage transactions. Manage transactions. Review, or you can say like, view balance detail. This first, this is second, this is third, this is fourth. The entire 6,250 now, which is available or pending for our line. Pending for our line. Next topic, it's an overview, but even though I can show you, like, reciprocal. Reciprocal. What is reciprocal? I'm going to explain. What is reciprocal? A can make a payment of B possible. A can make a payment of B possible. B can make a payment of A possible. B can make a payment of A possible. So, how we have to do this? I can show you. Whereas in AP module, what is the problem? In AP module, what is the problem? That is nothing but in AP module, it is single way. Agent can make a payment to Dell or Dell can make a payment to agent. That's it. Whereas reciprocal, it is very, very powerful in AR because we want paisa who is going to give, and that's all. The first step under system option, reciprocal should be enabled. So allow reciprocal under manage receivable system option, that should be enabled. That should be enabled. But one drawback in Fusion application for this topic, you should have an account number, otherwise we can't perform relationship here. So reciprocal, it should be enabled. Create reciprocal. Second, we have to select what is our association. Receivable, billing, customer, manage customer. Manage customer. So this is our organization ID. Oracle, it is 120 0 120 139. This is for Oracle. For BFB, it is 122, 134. So now I can place the cursor in Oracle. Under account level only we can perform the relationship. So we are in Oracle. We are going to call our, you can see that number first, this is second. Even though you can search, it's a mandatory field for number. That is why. So 122, 134. So now in Oracle, we are giving a relationship for reciprocal. What is reciprocal means? Either way, A can make a payment. Oracle can make a payment for BFB. BFB can make a payment for Oracle possible. Date 1/1/24. Bill to ship to. Bhaskaran can send a bill instead of Oracle to BFB. BFB will give it to Oracle. Similarly, Ulta. So ship to also in the same way. These are all depending upon the requirement you should enable and then save and close. Even though I am in Oracle, I associated BFB. Now I will move on to BFB under customer account. BFB under customer account. Again, same relationship. Oracle very well, which is available here because it is called reciprocal, which is not there in our AP1 either. Single way only, which is there. Why we have to do? See, you take our Oracle, what are all invoice number? 1101, 1102, 1107. Likewise, some invoice number which is there in our Oracle. Similarly, for BFB, 1104, 1108. So all are 11,000. Example, now the customer for Oracle is making a payment of 22,000 for one invoice of Oracle, one invoice of BFB. We are going to knock off. So that is why it is allowed now. Reason we enable in our system option. Also, we are just associated in the relationship under customer account window. So click on create receipt. Select any receipt method. For $1, I'm going to enter. So receipt number, I can say test. I'm selecting Oracle customer here. Try to understand. I'm selecting Oracle customer here. Whereas, if you see that, so 110, both BFB and Oracle customer will coming to the picture. So I can choose this invoice, etc. Clear everyone? A can make a payment for B. B can make a payment for A. Or A can make a payment A as well as B. B can make a payment for B as well as A. That is called reciprocal. Next one, I'm going to explain, customer account merge. This is under construction in our AR module. Because party level Oracle, they have given this feature. Account level, it is under construction. Manage customer, I can select here. So manage customer, I can select here my A00. So select my BFB. You can see that in this level, merging is there. In this level, there is no merging at all. In this level, the merging is there. So party level merging allowed. Account level merging, which is under construction in our Fusion. So now I'm going to give you when we can close our period. Before closing the period, I told you we have to run some reports. We can do, I told you, right? Customer account, we have to do pushing, process receivable, refresh receivable, reconciliation, again, prepare receivable, and then we have to check. Aging buckets are a statement also we can run. So likewise, many reports are very well available for a backup purpose. Transaction detail report, collection aging bucket report, 4 bucket or 7 buckets, etc. And then receivable accounting for revenue recognition and create accounting, post journal entry. and then statements, and then period exceptions report. Likewise, all whether it is available here also. It is available here also. So the period close, your trainer, he already given the file during our AP period close. Same you can use it for before closing the period. What all has to be taken care of? Where and all you can close the period? Either you can close the period in the respect to AR module under receivable, accounts receivable, task panel, manage accounting periods. Second, we can do it in our GL also possible. Second, we can do it in our GL also possible. So let me go to my AR. When you are closing your AR, you should be very careful. In AP, there is a 5 period status. In AR, 6 period status. One is never open. Second one, like, future entry. Third, open. Fourth, pending close, and then permanently close. Likewise, Oracle, they have given 5 period or a 6 period statuses are there. So you have to take care of your revenue recognition, and then BRS related to our bank statement, subledger reconciliation, and then all the information day by day, week by week, what all has to be taken care of, everything has to be pakka. And then only we can close our AR period. So where we can close our period. Method number 1, your trainer, he said in under accounts receivable, accounts receivable, task panel, we can go on select where we selected as a manage accounting period for opening. Similarly, you can close over. Method number 2, we can go for our GL itself. Under period close, there is a outstanding pending transaction. There is one tabs are there that has to be selected. Outstanding subledger transaction related to your receivable has to be selected. Receivable has to be selected, and then you can see here itself what all disputes are there. Here itself you can run a program also possible. If you want to check it out here also, otherwise through the program to what all the exceptions are there, that is also possible. Because of the training, I don't want to close the period. So this is how AR topic has been successfully completed. This file will be sent it through your mail. This file which is sent it through mail. Tomorrow we are going to start with our cash management setup. So before that, is there any questions? Okay, thank you very much. We'll meet 9:45 tomorrow. If you have any questions, come little early. So with the help of your, anybody, if you are joining little early, I can easily identify from my mail ID. So immediately I will join and I will give any doubts to your respective session. So Himanshi, you have to check it out whether you are properly, the 12% is calculating or not. So thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.